Welcome back. We are transitioning through the seasons as we move into fall and then our winter holidays. I'm Mindy Turner with the Curry County Cooperative Extension Service, your family and consumer science agent. So we are repurposing, we are making transitional things that we can move right into the next season with to hopefully alleviate a little bit of that stress as we move into that super busy season, and then find things that just give us a little bit of joy, that we can decorate and look at, and that's gonna make us just feel good about everything that's going on. So we did our tomato cages, we transitioned those all the way across. We repurposed a dollhouse. If you missed part 2, go back and watch that. Today, another super fun repurpose. Check your garage, check your closets, okay? All of these things were things that we found just in our stash, whether it was our crafts or our decorations or whatever that happened to be. So today we are actually going to work with globes. These are globes like would come off of a ceiling fan. They go around the light. So maybe you've refinished or redone something with a ceiling fan. Maybe you had one that broke and you saved these for whatever reason and you have a box full of them out in your shed. Or maybe you came across them again at a garage sale, at a thrift store. I saw several in just looking around at the various thrift stores throughout Clovis, that all different kinds, different shapes, different colors, more fluted, whatever that is that captures your interest and your creativity would be a great thing to use. You also may think, oh, well, I could do that exact same thing with a mason jar, and I have those in the cabinet. That's fantastic. The whole idea is to repurpose some things, pull out some things you already have that you can use, and transition through the next few months. So one of the cute things that I saw made out of these were ghosts. And so we could do, this one is a little more frosted. You could also take the clear one. We could put something in it to make it white. We could just pour some paint, let the paint swish around, all of that, let it drip back out if you really wanted it to be solid white as opposed to clear. The clear, again though, at night, if you want to light it up, would still work. Again, I have all these little battery operated candles. I don't know if you can see that actually lit up that time anyway, that you can put underneath and have that glow. So all you're missing on here is the face. So we put on a little ghost face. So I am gonna go ahead and use the frosted one to put a face on. And again, we talked last time, your paint pens, if you have those in your stash, they can be kind of expensive if you don't. So that's not something I'm saying you have to run out and get that. Permanent markers, this is just a Sharpie, but permanent markers that you have on hand will do all of these same things. This one you gotta take a little time with because it is ribbed. Most of them have some type of a texture to them. And we're just gonna do kind of like we did with our tomato cage ghost, a very simple set of eyes. And then this one, I think I'll have him going boo, ah. What do you think it should be? I think it's gonna be whatever is a circle because that's easy to make. So I'm not sure what he's saying, but this ghost can speak to you, right? Okay, so again, in the frame of repurposing, okay, see now he has a little ghost face. I can set him over my little candle and he's gonna glow at night for that sweet little type of a Halloween getting ready for fall decoration. I got this little top hat. You can get these all over at the craft store, at the dollar store, wherever that happens to be. I got it in a kid's meal. And so I thought, I'm gonna save that because it could definitely have a purpose in all of my other crafting stuff. So I think this is a super cute way. You can add this to the top. Now he's a fancy ghost. If I want to fancy him up even more, here's just a little raffia bow that I can stick on here. Give it that little pop, even to the side, wrap a ribbon around there, whatever that is that's going to fit in with your home, your decor, the things that you want to do. And then, because we are talking about transitioning, what we want to do. So I have put another face on the other side. So if I spin him around, now we have a snowman. He's got his top hat, he's got his little carrot nose. I have some pieces. It's amazing what all I found going through the stash, so I highly recommend. Now's a great time to start pulling those things out and going, you know what, I don't need this. I'm gonna drop this off at the thrift store. This stuff is no good anymore. I'm just gonna pitch it. Or I could use that. I can repurpose these things and have something cool and fun. And you will feel better when it's cleaned out. You'll save money. I promise you, I find stuff all the time that I went and bought a new one because I didn't know where it was. So digging through and looking at that stuff can be highly beneficial. But I found all kinds of little fun things. And so this is just a little, it's like our chenille stems. It's a pipe cleaner, but it's greenery, so it's bendable. So we could add that to his little hat. Some of the beads or the little berries, like we had to do our outside stuff, add that, and you've got that little pop of green and red to give you that good Christmassy feeling. And I have a whole collection of snowman stuff, so this fits right in with everything that I have. But again, we start with our fall, and we're gonna move right into that holiday season. And hopefully Frosty here will bring us some cooler weather. We are all waiting for that. Okay, and again, that little candle's in there, lighting that up. So if we have additional ones we've made into ghosts, and maybe we add some different bows to the top of these, or we just add a pop of color with some ribbon, some rope maybe that we can put around there. Anything to give it that little rustic feel, if that's more what we're into and want to have, can be a great idea. The cuter thing that I've seen then after this is we can make them into bells. So I just have some tulle. Maybe you have burlap, maybe you have gold ribbon, something along those lines that you can use to kind of top these off. Because again, repurposing, finding things that we want to use. This is just a piece of tulle. I've put a knot on each end. And I don't actually have the glue gun out today, but if I did, we could use it to attach this, or again, glue dots, anything along those lines that we wanted to use. Okay, so we would have it where we would have that one to be a bell, and then a second one. And so we can hang this, or we can set these on the table and just hang the ribbon part, maybe at a different height, so that it's gonna look like bells that could actually ring. So we could then decorate this off if we wanted it to be ready for fall. We can have our little fall bells. Here's my raffia. I can add a couple fall leaves to that. Give it that pop again, where we can just hang it up and say, oh yeah, that's cute, they're pretty. We can put the candle in there and have it glow. We can insert the candle in here upside down so that if we do hang it higher, because these are battery operated candles, right? No actual flame. So we can put that in there and have it glow from the top to do that. And then I can just take the raffia, or I can keep the raffia, take off the leaves, and then add some other type of little decoration. This is little pine cones with a bow and a piece of greenery. It was just in the box, okay? It's not something great and wonderful that just but it magically appeared in the box of decorations. So we add that on there, and now we have Christmas bells to move on from our fall bells. And we've repurposed an item that we otherwise probably wouldn't use, that's just taking up space. Now it's gonna take up space in our decoration box where we can pull it out every year. So again, the whole idea is to go through what we already have, to identify some things that we can put together to make a project, and then how can we use that for multiple things? We're gonna do the work, we're gonna put in the time and effort, so how can we transition that from one season to the next? I'm Mindy Turner with the Curry County Cooperative Extension Service, your family and consumer science agent. The number here at the office is 575-763-6505. If you'd like to sign up for our newsletter, or you have any other questions that we can help you with, give us a call.